blast off in Washington Heights in the always fast and festive Coogan, Salsa, Blues, and Shamrocks 5K. Two-way traffic on Fort Washington Boulevard. Times Square puts on its Sunday best in the NYC Half-Marathon. Neon is the order of the day as the runners move along 7th Avenue and 42nd Street. One of the featured events in the high school nationals, the 4x200-meter relays. One misstep and your championship dreams are gone. Cycling up the West Side Drive in the New York City Triathlon separates the contenders from the pretenders. An RCN high-speed performance. I'll look back at one of the great New York City adventure challenges, the Men's Health Urban Athlon, with a finish over the cab and then over the wall. Another city adventure unlike any other, the 5-borough bike tour. Over 30,000 push their way through the city, one borough at a time. Down Fifth Avenue and into Central Park, those last 4 miles in the IMG New York City Marathon scrape at the soul. But the payday is just up ahead. An ASICS great marathon moment. Run or walk, thousands come out to remember, to help fund research, to make a difference in the New York Colon Cancer Challenge. Beatable, treatable, preventable. Washington Heights, Upper Manhattan, race day in the annual Coogan, Salsa, Blues, and Shamrocks 5K.
Welcome to the, we call it Dominican Heights. You're going to have a great group. There's $1 million view up there around the cloisters. This is the greatest thing that happens to our neighborhood because we're letting you see some of the beauty of what was once the most violent neighborhood in New York City, and you have made it safer by being here. Are you ready?
An out-and-back 5K, so the field bolts up Fort Washington Avenue, frisky from a very long winter. This is the first New York Roadrunners Club Points race of the season, ensuring the pace will be fast and the competition deep. This is road racing at its best. Elites out front, team competition, and lots of personal records on the line. First-time runners in this north end of Manhattan often are not prepared for the hills, and there are lots of them. For the lead group, stay in contact as long as you can. Easier said than done. Into Fort Tryon Park with a severe downhill and uphill. A new face on the Metro running scene, Lenora Petrina leads the women. In the lead pack, West Side Runners, Westchester Track Club, and New York Athletic Club. The turnaround loop in Fort Tryon Park comes at the halfway mark. Now the key, maintain that momentum to the finish line. The sweet sights and sounds of road racing are amplified in the brisk conditions. Music to the ears of this crowd. 7-minute milers heading home, 8-minute milers heading out. The eclectic diversity of the neighborhood adds spice to the Coogan's adventure. The finish stretch is pretty much downhill, and the pace gets cranked up. For many, the first, but by no means the last, tour of Washington Heights. New York Roadrunners finish tape looms large, even from a quarter mile away. Bado Worku Murdessa of West Side Runners accelerates with Herbert Okuti of Westchester Track Club in the black. Murdessa takes it over the last 10 yards. Lenora Petrina adds her name to the list of metro area racing stars. Coogan's runners don't hide the joy of a race well run. A 5K is a piece of cake for this group. And for the kids' races, no child left behind. Coogan, Salsa, Blues, and Shamrocks 5K. It's road racing, the great American sport, a place at the starting line for everyone. That's what you can expect up ahead in Times Square. But first, there's the matter of 8 miles in Central Park in the NYC Half-Marathon.
Lead vehicle, are you ready? On your mark.
Over 10,000 are ready, willing, and able to take on the sights and sounds of the big city on foot. A lap and a third of Central Park. Past the park side of the spectacular Metropolitan Museum of Art. The elite men's field is loaded. Suddenly, two of the favorites, Peter Kamei and Galen Rupp, tangle legs and both go down. A replay shows that the tight pack got just a little too tight. In any case, within a half mile, the pack had reformed. Now, to the heart of the course, down 7th Avenue, past a whirlwind of New York City icons. Only 2 days a year, this stretch is close to traffic. New Year's Eve, when the ball drops for all the world to see, and today, NYC Half-Marathon Race Day. The elites warm up the course for the thousands to follow. With a few exceptions, these guys have not raced against each other before, so strategy is on the job training. 2009 ING New York City Marathon champion Med Kavlevsky lost contact with the lead pack early and is pulled by Alejandro Suarez of Mexico. Two other Americans, Jason Lemkuhl and Abdi Abdirahman, fight the headwind on 42nd Street coming off the Hudson River. Another pre-race favorite, Ryan Hall, simply is off his game today and is never a factor. Exiting Central Park, 7th Avenue begins to come to life. At the front of the women's field, Edna Kiplagat in the ponytail and Caroline Rotich with Carol Goucher and others a step back. Gebre Marion in the green, Rupp in the hat, and Mo Farah on the right with a mile to go. The chess game of when to go is on the table. Kiplagat on the far side, Rotich closer. Gebre Marion goes first, but Mo Farah has the track racer speed and takes the win. Is up in Times Square and the audience is on its feet. Carol Goucher closes to third, but Caroline Rotich breaks the tape with Kiplagat 8 seconds back. Almost a fourth of the field is running for a charity with a fundraising goal of $3.5 million. You are the star in this race. Runners from all 50 states and 68 countries are where the action is today, here in the center of the running universe. The ING New York City Marathon in November and this half split New York Road Runners season nicely. Both major destination events for dedicated runners. A 13.1-mile point-to-point with enough energy to get you through the rest of the week. Lots of "we did it's" out on the course on their way to really doing it. The NYC NYC Half-Marathon. Another chapter in the ever-expanding universe in this, the running capital of the world. Up next, to the armor. Energy and enthusiasm burst forth with a horn in the 8th annual New York Colon Cancer Challenge 15K. At the start, to offer one of those assists he was so famous for, a key member of the 1973 New York Knicks championship team, number 15, Earl the Pearl Monroe.
Well, I think it's just a fantastic, event that's happening out here. I think, the main thing that we're all out here for is prevention of colon cancer. And these people are out here running, helping to raise awareness, helping to raise funds for prevention of colon cancer. And you couldn't have it. It's cold today, but it's warm in our hearts. And Everyone Health has made it possible for a lot of this stuff to go on as a sponsor. So it's important that we're all out here supporting it.
Race day includes a remembrance and prevention walk and a 4-miler. With each step, the walkers do their part to remember loved ones. Teams come out in force to elevate the importance of the day. The goal, to raise awareness and money for colon cancer research and to encourage a visit to your doctor for a checkup. One step at a time, a special step indeed if it's in memory of a loved one. Taking the 15K, El Mustafa McCready of West Side Runners. Kristen Palacios is the first woman home.
Great job, Kristen. All right.
One of the major goals of the event is to raise awareness, encourage people to talk to their doctors and be screened. So awareness is one thing, but the key thing is to take the next step, do the action step, make the call. Our colleagues at the J. Monahan Center had a great campaign this year, Make the Call, and that's what it's all about. Preventable, treatable, beatable.
The New York Colon Cancer Challenge, getting the message out, preventable, treatable, beatable. Get that screening. There are many more starting lines up ahead. That's all for this episode of Running. I'm Lisa G. Get up and get going.